Welcome to another one of my live stream lectures. I'm out here on this walking nature trail, and I really do love it because it's just the scenery, it's incline, decline, it's water stops along the way, so it's a really good area. They have areas where people play softball, baseball, all kind of sports. So it's a very good place to bring yourself or your family. So with that being said, let's get down to another topic as I get into my walking trail lecture series. I'm walking hiking, walking almost every day, and I just really love the scenery. So the focus of this topic is going to be a very important topic. There is a reason. There is a powerful reason why a person who is addicted to alcohol or drugs cannot just stop. In the driving force that's leading me to revisit this topic. I've done topics and lectures on this substance abuse and addiction throughout my time as a content creator. But the driving force behind this is, there seems to be a lot of occurrences in the news with the phenol epidemic that's killing people. The disease of alcoholism or drug addiction is a non-discriminatory disease. It don't care if you're male, female, what race you are, your financial status is killing people. So, I'm going to present this lecture topic series, if the audience is aware, the viewers are aware, even though I'm retired, but I retired from the profession as a licensed clinical addiction expert. I've been in the field over 27 years post-license as a clinical supervisor who supervised other clinical addiction experts who provided services in treatment facilities throughout my journey. So, you're going to I've actually done this lecture throughout my career, in many different platforms, churches, community facilities, universities, treatment programs. And, with what you're about to get, people pay money to get this information. So, and as a licensed clinical addiction expert, and I'm going to just break it down in everyday language because I still have credentials, although I'm retired, and I'm gonna let the spirit guide me on in terms of how long I want to maintain my credential, although I'm in retirement mode. But there's reasons why people cannot just stop alcohol or drugs, and the reason is the powerful word of psychological dependency. We're talking about the mind now, not the physical, and which is a powerful, powerful driving force that propels people deeper into their addiction. And what makes it so powerful is that psychological dependency has 4 parts. And I'm going to break it down and explain each part. There is the relationship with alcohol. There's the psychological defenses. There's the state-dependent learning, and there's the preoccupation with the alcohol or drugs. So if I was to explain first the preoccupation with the alcohol or drug, the alcohol or drug user, once they get so deep at a certain point in their drug use, I don't care if the phenol, the alcohol, the marijuana, the cocaine, the opiate pills, the Xanax, the benzos, that what happens when if I was explaining the preoccupation to alcohol or drugs is similar to mental obsession. And what that means is that person can be sitting at a family function, rather it's a cookout or a movies, a dinner. Physically, they're there, but mentally, their mind is more focused on worrying about making sure they don't run out of their drug of choice. Their primary drug of choice, rather, is the heroin, the phenol, the benthols, the Xanax. So they are literally thinking about, I'm hoping this event or function will hurry up, rather it's a movie dinner or anything, because they want to make sure that they don't run out of their primary drug of choice. So physically they're there, but mentally they're not there. They be me thinking about and worried about, I got to hurry up and go meet the dope man because I'm getting low on drugs and I don't want to experience physical withdrawal. So in this that mental obsession is very, very powerful. They may have very good intention going home or using that money to pay bills, but because they're so worried and mental obsessed, worrying about that they don't want to run out of the drug of choice, they're going to use that bill money to purchase more of their primary drug. So that mental obsession is a powerful driving force that propels the person, the man or woman or child, deeper and deeper into their addiction. And mental obsession ties into psychological dependency. And another component that makes psychological dependency so powerful and propels the person deeper into their addiction is the state-dependent learning. And what state-dependent learning is, by this stage of the game, the person now, they're going to become accustomed. What state-dependent learning is, the person now becomes accustomed to performing certain tasks, skills, duty, chores, housework. They don't get going good with none of those tasks or duties until they consume their primary drug of choice. Rather, it's the phenol, the benzos, the Xanax, the heroin, opiates, crack cocaine, marijuana, the list goes on and on. So, what state-dependent learning is now, in order for them to get going, even something as simple as getting up in the morning, getting started with their day good. Most people may reach for a cup of coffee to get going good, to get going started with their morning. But with people, when we're talking about state-dependent learning, they're reaching for their primary drug of choice to get up, to get moving around and get going. And I'm here to tell you, something as simple as housework. They feel in order to finish that housework or to start that housework or to complete that housework, they got to use their primary drug of choice in order to get that task done. And I'm here to tell you. So what state-dependent learning is the person becomes accustomed to performing certain tasks, skills, or duties only when they're alcohol or drug impaired. And what that does is drives them deeper and deeper into their addiction. And if they manage to have a job by this point, rather it's first shift, second shift, third shift, don't think they working that shift on that job without sneaking into the bathroom to consume their primary substance in order to complete the task on the job. Or when they take their lunch break, don't think they ain't using their primary drug of choice on that lunch break and returning back to work to finish their tasks or duties. So what state-dependent learning is, it propels the person deeper and deeper into their addiction. And then we got the third component of psychological dependency, which is the relationship with the alcohol or drugs. By this stage of the game, the person now, instead of formulating or maintaining a positive relationship with family members, loved ones, significant others, community, church, now because they're so deep and propelled within their addiction, they're now going to formulate a relationship with the primary drug of choice. And they're going to even lie about the true severity of their addiction to family members, significant others, loved ones, employer. They're going to be lying about where the money's going. And, because for whatever reason, they're using that money now secretly to feed their addiction. But when late notices come in reference to when the bill should have been paid, they're going to lie about that. So they're going to lie about the true severity of their addiction because they now have formulated and developed a relationship with their drug of choice. And they're going to do many things to protect that relationship, to protect the severity of their addiction, in terms of telling lies, manipulation, and etc. to friends, family members, significant others, and employers until it get to the point where it's explosive and becomes out of control. So that relationship with the primary drug of choice now is going to propel the person deeper and deeper and deeper into their addiction. And then the last component of psychological dependency is psychological defenses. You know, psychological defenses are unconscious. They're designed to trick us. It's designed to trick the user. You know, friends and family members important people in their life may approach the person who's addicted to alcohol or drugs, and they may say things like, I'm concerned about what I see. I'm concerned about missed family functions. I'm concerned about where's the money going. I'm concerned about behaviors that I'm noticing. And that family member may come to them talking like that, and the alcohol or drug user, they're going to respond in a very defensive way because inside of them, they know that the addiction is out of control, the lies, manipulation, everything that goes along with it. You know, again, psychological defenses are like a powerful, powerful shield to keep the user from hearing the truth. But inside of the person, they know what they're hearing is true, but that psychological defense is very, very powerful. And what it does, it propels the person deeper and deeper into their addiction. Let me get a drink of water real quick. So that psychological defenses is very, very powerful. It propels the person deeper and deeper into their addiction. And, you know, so that is the reason, those are the powerful reasons in regards to why a person who is suffering from alcoholism or drug addiction cannot stop. They cannot say no. And that's because of the powerfulness of psychological dependency, which is made up of 4 smaller components, which is the state-dependent learning, the relationship with the alcohol or drugs, the preoccupation, and the psychological defenses. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all mental in the mind, which just makes it very, very powerful. You know, and again, I have done this lecture many times throughout my career as a licensed clinical addiction expert. The disease of alcoholism or drug addiction is a destroyer of all destroyers. It's all around us. I don't care what your income status is. You know, pay attention, people. You know, the age of onset is becoming younger and younger. I'm hearing all these stories of, you know, there was a story the other day in the news where I think 2 or 3 babies at a daycare center died from phenol overdose because they found out that the daycare center, which was really a front for drug trafficking, and they were storing some of the drugs in the daycare center. So the end result, 3 babies got a hold of some of that phenol and they died in their sleep. That drug is very powerful. That drug is very lethal, you know, and I'm telling you, you know, you got to pay attention to your kids. You got to pay attention to your family members, because coming from a licensed clinical addiction expert, been in the field for over 27 years in all capacities, this thing is real. I'm here to tell you, it will destroy it will literally rip through the home. It's the destroyer of all destroyers in this. And the reason why, because of that powerful thing of the psychological dependency. And I'm here to tell you, this topic is real. We need to raise awareness. Although I'm in retirement mode, organizations have already reached out to me for me to be a part of their committees and in panels and etc. I'm gonna pray about that because, to be honest with you, I've been in the game for 27 years. My spirit is guiding me in another direction. But because I have the knowledge in my mind, in my head, I can always lecture on these topics. I can always raise awareness on these topics on these social media platforms. It's real. I'm here to tell you. Share this information because I'm here to tell you, you got children and people dying as I speak right now from the disease of alcoholism and drug addiction. It is real. So that's all I have. I hope you all have gotten something out of this very, very important topic in regards to the reason why a person who's addicted to alcohol or drugs cannot stop. And I'm here to tell you. So that's all I have. Simple Fidelis. And I'm going to leave you in the care of your own conscience. Have a great day.